So question number 4, still about the competitive firms. Again, we talk about the revenue, cost, and the profit. Before we start to look at the question, let me highlight some important calculation formula. The first is the relationship between the average cost and the total cost. So the average total cost we learned in the previous chapter equal to the total cost divided by the quantity. So that is the first formula we will use in this question. And the second formula we'll use is the marginal cost. So the marginal cost equal to the change of the total cost divided by the change of the quantity. And third formula we will use is profit per unit. So the profit per unit equal to the price minus the average total cost. So you can find this equation on your textbook, which we don't use it pretty often, but we will use it to solve the problem in this question. And the third formula I want to emphasize is the profit. So the profit equal to the total revenue minus total cost. So we will use this four formula to solve all the questions in the question 4. So first, let's look at the table. So the first table is about the quantity, total cost, average total cost, and marginal cost. So obviously this table is talk about the cost. And the second table we have total revenue, profit. So the second table is about the total revenue and the profit. So let's fill in blank one by one. So when the output is 0, so the total cost is $9. So we should know this $9 is our fixed cost. We learned it before. If we have 0 output, we still need to pay the cost. So that cost is our fixed cost. So if we start producing, and if we produce one product, and the total cost become like $12, so we will know that the $9 out of $12 is our fixed cost. So the average total cost equal to, as I mentioned, the equation 1, total cost divided by quantity. So 12 divided by 1, you got 12. 16 divided by 2, you got 8. 21 divided by 3, you got 7. 21 divided by 3, you got 7. 30 divided by 4, you got 7.5. 40 divided by 5, you got 8. 52 divided by 6, if you have the calculator, and you will find that this answer should be equal to $8.67. 66 divided by 7 is equal to $9.43. And how about the marginal cost? So look at the second formula here. Marginal cost equal to the change of total cost divided by the change of the quantity. So when we increase product from 0 to 1, our total cost changed from 9 to 12. So the marginal cost equal to 12 minus 9, and we get 3. So if we increase the quantity from 1 to 2 output, our cost changed from 12 increased to 16. So the total cost changed by $4. And 21 minus 16, and we got $5. And $9, $10, $12. And the last one, we increased from 6 output to 7 output. Our cost changed from 52 increased to 66. So it increased by $14. So we finished our cost table. Now let's move to our revenue table. So look at question here. So assume the price of product is $9. So we know the total revenue equal to the price times the quantity. So that's the equation we will use to calculate this row, total revenue. So the price is $9. So when we have 0 output, obviously the revenue equal to 0. When we have 1 output and the price is $9, so we will have total revenue equal to 9 times 1, and it's $9 as revenue. And if we have two output, and the quantity is 2, and the $9 is 18, 27, 36, 45, 54, $63. So we figure out the first row for our total revenue. How about how about the profit per unit? So we will use this formula. Profit per unit equal to the price minus average total cost. So what is average total cost? We just calculated on the first table, the third row. So what we will do is we will use the sale on the third row, and use the 9 minus the third row in the first table. So first here, so when we have one output, the profit per unit equal to 9 minus 12, and we get -3. And then we can keep going. So when we have two outputs, so the price still $9, and minus average total cost is 8, and we get 1. And the 9 minus 7, we got 2. 9 minus 7.5, and we got 1.5. And 9 minus 8, we got 1. And the 9 minus 8.67, we got 0.33. And the 9 minus 3.43, we got negative 0.43. So that is profit per unit. So the last row is about profit. So the profit equal to total revenue minus total cost. So what we will do is we use the second row from the first table. So we use the first row of the second table minus the second row of the first table, and we will get the profit. So when we have the one output, so the total revenue is 9, and the total cost is 12. 9 minus 12, we got -3. And we have two output. The total revenue will equal to 18. Total cost equal to 16. 18 minus 16, we got 2. And 27 minus 21, and we got 6. 36 minus 30, we got 6. And 45 minus 40, we got 5. 54 minus 52, we got 2. And 36 minus 33 minus 36, we got -3. So we finish filling the blank on the table. Now we can start to look at the question one by following question. When total revenue maximized? So the revenue they ask when the revenue maximized. So we need to look at the row named by total revenue. So that's the first row of the second table. So we can find when we have 1 0 output, revenue is 0, and 1 output and revenue is 9, and it keep increasing until and never decreasing. So when the total revenue maximize? So the answer is 7. And the next question, when the ACT minimized. So now we look at the third row of the first column, first table. So we can find when we have one output, the average total cost is 12, and it keep decreasing until the fourth output, and it stop decreasing, and instead of decreasing, it start to until the third product, and after the third product, it started increasing. So at beginning, average total cost decreasing from 12 to 7. After the third product, it started decreasing from 7, increased to 943. So when the ACT minimized, so obviously that is a third unit. So the next question, when the profit per unit maximized. So we look at the second row of the second table, and we can find at the beginning it's a negative number, and it could keep increasing until the third unit. So again, when we have 3 units, and the profit will maximized, and start from the fourth unit, and our profit per unit started decreasing. So look at the last question. When the total profit maximized, so again we go back, look at our table, so that we would, since we consider a profit, we look at the third row of the second table for the profit. So the profit at the beginning is a negative, and then it keeps increasing, and we can find it reaches to max when we have 3 and 4 output. The profit maximize, which equal to 6. But which one should we choose? If you look at your question on the Connect, you will find they ask you to choose the highest level of the output. So obviously that is 4 units.